Hi friends, it's Megan. It's Wednesday Devotionals. Today is going to be a check-in day. It's a check-in Wednesday. How's your week going? How are you doing? Has it been a good week for you? Has it been challenging? Did you learn anything this week or even last week? Have you done something new? Today is all about just checking in to see how you're doing, see where you're at, see what's going on. I also wanted to share some things that I'm excited about, specifically within our congregation, St. Stephen's, but maybe you have some similar things going on wherever you're at. If you're not a part of our St. Stephen's family, or if you are virtually a part of our St. Stephen's family, maybe you can find out, and maybe you'd like to contribute. So the fun thing, there are couple fun things going on this month. I know that if you've been a part of our announcements or our virtual worship service, you've heard about Socktober. This is one of my favorite things and something that I never expect people to get excited about, but they do. And it's exciting to see how people can come together to create resources for those who need them. I always talk about, hey, we all got to wear socks and underwear. Well, sometimes people don't have to wear socks. I prefer socks. I don't like bare feet. There's something you know about me. I prefer socks. Don't do bare feet at all. I don't like them at all. But you know how it feels to put on a clean pair of socks. And also, let's be honest, you know how it feels to put on a clean pair of underwear, especially if you've been working and sweating and you've been getting things done and all of that, and you take a shower and you put on a clean pair of clothes, including the underwear. You know how that feels. So I would encourage you, if you don't know about Socktober, find out. There are some websites. I know of one specifically, Bombas Socks, and they are doing buy one, get one. So if you buy a pair of socks from them, they will donate a pair of socks to a shelter in your area. Socks are a very important thing because not only can they keep feet warm and dry, they can keep hands warm and dry. And depending on the socks, if you put a pair of adult socks on a kid's arms, might keep the kids warmer. So socks are a really important thing, especially in the community where homelessness is thriving, unfortunately, and where there are lack of resources and money and things like that. Socks can be huge. So that's one of the things our congregation is doing that I really like watching. Last year we had over 1,000 pair of socks and underwear. It was really exciting. And to be honest with you, I counted each week with some help from our office staff. We counted each week to see, and boy, I wasn't 100% sure we'd make it, but we did. And it was so exciting to count that last week and go, we did it. So who knows what will happen, but I would encourage you to donate. And that's through the second Sunday of November. No, I'm sorry, I take it back, the 3rd. So 8 plus 7 is 15. So November 15th, we're doing that. Also, at the end of the month, our church usually does a trunk or treat. Well, trunk or treat looks a lot different this year, and with no contact or low contact things, we are having to come up with different ways of doing things. So we, along with many other people, have discovered drive-through Halloween parades where we will have people dressed up. Our trunks will be decorated, and at the end of the parade, you get a bag of candy. So you still get the fun Halloween candy that everybody enjoys. I mean, let's be honest. And going shopping on November 1st for the half off Halloween candy is even better. So we have that going on. So if you want to donate candy, check in with the office or check in with me. I'd be happy to go buy a bag of candy. Send me some money. I'll go buy a bag of candy and celebrate. It's wonderful. And I think it's one more thing that we can give to spread a little bit of happiness around our area and a little bit of smiles, because let's face it, who doesn't love getting a little piece of candy? I'm game. I like it. I'll be honest. I also look like I enjoy candy. So, so I wanted to let you know about those few things. We also have coming up next month, we have our annual meeting to decide on our budget and our council officers. No, I'm sorry. I might be wrong on the budget. I forget. I'm still getting used to two annual meetings. Anyway, we have some choices that we are making about ministry within the 2021 year of our church functioning. So we have that coming up, and it's going to look different. And we're going to have to make some different decisions, some things that we don't usually talk about. How do we do things within this setting? So I would encourage you to, as you walk forward, even if you're not part of St. Stephen's, I would encourage you to pray for your congregation as they may be having their annual meeting in November. And if you don't have a congregation who has an annual meeting in November, then you know what? I'm going to be blunt and bold and ask, would you pray for our congregation, please? I don't know that we have a ton of hard decisions to make, but decisions within a pandemic and a strange year are not easy decisions. So I would covet your prayers. I would welcome them. And maybe you find yourself wanting to help or be a part of ministry. I would encourage you to look at that too. Those are important aspects of life together as Christians and as God's people. And those are important. So consider that. Think through that. And also coming up this Monday, October, oh gosh, now I'm going to get my date wrong. I think it's October 12th. I have to think about that for a second. I should look. This coming Monday, we have our church council meeting. So I would encourage you, as you are able, to pray for our church council, to pray for our leadership. These are the people that we asked to help lead our congregation. And they're making the best decisions they can, and they're not always easy. And not always do people agree. But I would encourage you to pray for them because they are doing their best to work together, to make the best decisions for everyone, not just a few, not just some, not just many, but everyone. And that's not easy. Speaking as someone who is part of our church leadership, those are hard things to do, to keep everyone in mind and to be attentive to everyone's needs and to listen and do our best. So I would encourage, again, your prayers for our church council as they continue to move forward within ministry of our congregation. So yes, prayers for many, many things and many people and places. But again, to the check-in now that you've heard some fun things going on within our congregation, check in. How are you doing? What are you doing to care for yourself? Are you doing things to care for yourself? Sometimes that's easy. Sometimes it's difficult. I find often right now in the changing seasons, you all know that I prefer winter over just about anything else. Fall and winter are my favorites. So when it's constant sun, okay, I'll be honest. It's hard for me. I know you're all going to laugh at me and think, are you crazy? No, who doesn't like the sunshine? Me, I don't. So when I see the calendar changing, thinking, oh, it's October, crunchy leaves and cooler weather and wonderful mornings. Nope, not so much. Yes, the weather's starting to get cooler. But I always joke that I think I have the opposite of seasonal affective disorder, where people have a hard time in winter. I have a hard time in summer. So trying to care for myself through the time where my body still says it's supposed to be getting colder, it's supposed to be getting where I can wear my sweatshirts and pants and boots and all of that. So for those of you who maybe, I don't even know if there's anybody out there, who might be like me, pray for us. We're not okay right now. It's challenging. And sometimes we just shake our heads and sit in the corner under a blanket praying that maybe something will get colder. So, but what are you doing to care for yourselves on those days where it just kind of feels dismayed? Are you doing something to care for yourself? Are you doing something to care for someone else so that it lifts your spirits? Have you learned anything new? Have you tried something? Did you fail? Did you succeed? What did you try? I would really be curious to know. I know it's apple picking season and we had a wonderful time going to an orchard. And now I have apple cinnamon sauce getting ready for apple crumb bars that part of them will be given away, but I refuse to give all of them because I like baking and I like treats. So I get to try something new. Have you tried anything new? Have you learned anything? I would be interested to hear what you've tried. How are you taking care of yourself? What are you doing? Yes, I think that's the 4th time I've asked you that because it's important. I'll ask you, how are you taking care of yourself? What are you doing? I would love to hear about it. Send me a message, send me an email, reach out. Because just maybe the things you tried might lift someone else's spirits. I'll share some of mine later on. Friends, care for yourself. And I would encourage you to pray for the hospital workers across our country, some of whom are continually fighting battles, discovering that it's not over, rediscovering it's not over, fighting the people who want it to be over. Pray for our hospital workers. They need the prayers. They are exhausted, and they're doing the best they can. Dear friends, don't forget, you are a beloved child of God, worthy of God's love and mercy. Enjoy your week.